Hey guys, and welcome back to the Indie Spotlight here on the Frons Productions YouTube channel. If you're new to this series, this is where I take a look at all the amazing indie films that are being made to help shine a spotlight on some awesome indie talent. Today, we're going to take a look at the short drama Hard Truths. Hard Truths was written by Paige Hoover and Timothy J. Cox and was directed by Maya Ahmed. The story follows talent agent Peter Gibney, played by Timothy J. Cox, as he must deliver some bad news to his longtime client, fashion model Hope Harmon, played by Paige Hoover. Throughout the course of this heart-wrenching short film, the movie really does a good job at tackling the superficiality of the modeling industry. The story begins when Peter shows up to one of Hope's photo shoots. The pain in Peter's eyes is palpable as everyone else around him in the scene smiles away with blissful ignorance. I really do think that Timothy J. Cox does a fantastic job here of communicating that something is amiss purely through nonverbal cues and body language. After talking to a couple other people who are close to Hope, such as the photographer as well as Hope's own husband, Peter finally builds the courage to talk to Hope privately to tell her the disheartening news about her future in the modeling industry. See, Peter just got a call back from this major clothing line that Hope was supposed to be modeling for. However, they don't want to work with her unless she makes some drastic changes towards her appearance. As one would expect, Hope does not take this news very well, and in just 12 minutes, I think the movie does an excellent job of conveying the hard truths of the modeling industry and how unrealistic beauty standards and the superficial nature of the industry can really crush somebody's dreams. Overall, the film really does serve as a harsh reality check that not all stories have happy endings. From a filmmaking perspective, I really want to talk about the acting here in Hard Truths. I already spent a little bit of time talking about Timothy J. Cox and the subtleties that he brought into his character Peter, but I want to give a little bit more spotlight to Paige Hoover and her portrayal of Hope Harmon. Seeing her change throughout the course of this 12-minute short film, she does an excellent job of making us really care and feel invested in her character even through such a short amount of time. Her feelings of, happiness and blissful ignorance at the beginning of the film, as it slowly devolves into anger and eventually despair, is really easy for us to resonate with her character because I'm sure that all of us have had to experience, the massive gut punch of realizing that, something that you've been chasing after is slipping away. I think what really helped for the actors in their delivery, especially with Timothy J. Cox and Paige Hoover and their characters, is that they are also the writers of the script. It really goes to show you how much power you can really build into making characters feel natural when you write a screenplay with the actors in mind. And if you're an actor, you're an independent actor, and you're looking to really start your launching off point, this is great inspiration for you to write a screenplay and star in your own movie. It really does create more naturalism with the characters if you're writing your own dialogue, because obviously you know how you would say it, and then you can model those characters after your authentic self. I mean, look at how Sylvester Stallone launched his career off by writing the script for Rocky. So although I could talk about some of the more technical elements like the amazing cinematography, because believe me, there are some really great shots and I love the use of framing throughout the film. I thought that the cinematography was great. But I really think that the highlight here in Hard Truths really falls on the writing and the acting, which in my opinion are two of the biggest building blocks in film for crafting a deep narrative. So I know I talked about, for actors who can write their own screenplay and star in it, how it's a great launching off point, but let's say that you're a filmmaker but you're not necessarily an actor, there's still a lot to take away here from watching Hard Truths, because even if you're, just a writer and director, but some really great actors who are close friends of yours, writing a script with them in mind is another great way that not only can you save time on casting, but now you're crafting the characters around the actors, which is only going to help you when you're directing the movie to make those actors really fall into their characters and feel more natural and real. I can personally speak from experience with this as I'm getting ready to start filming In the Hands of Fate, which if you've been following the channel and you've been following some of my other socials, you'd know a little bit about what's going on within the Hands of Fate. But for those who don't know, I started the screenplay back in 2019 after I finished my short film Crossfire. So yes, the character Rocco was already there, he already existed, but I met this amazing actor, Stephen Shanti, while on the set for a movie called Calendar, which I did an indie spotlight on. And afterwards, I reworked the entire script from the ground up. And while I was writing that, every time that I was at one of Rocco's scenes and I was writing one of Rocco's, lines of dialogue or something he does, I'm picturing Steve in my mind when I'm doing this. And as a result, it really helps bring out, the best that you can have for Rocco when the entire time when I'm writing it, I'm picturing Steve already in the role. So yeah, there's a lot that you can learn and take away from watching Hard Truths. Whether you're an actor or not, if you're a writer and director, you can still write a screenplay with the actors in mind to help really sell their portrayals rather than casting actors, based off of something that you wrote and, you didn't have anyone in mind for. Yes, 9 times out of 10, there's so many amazing actors, especially right here in the Northeast Ohio area. You'd be amazed how many great actors there are. But the point is, they might do an amazing job, but it's just going to make your life that much easier if you already have some people in mind for the parts before you even get into casting. So if you do want to watch Hard Truths, and like I said, I recommend it for anyone who's an independent filmmaker. I recommend it for anyone who's interested in the modeling industry, because I really do think that the short film does a great job tackling the realities of that industry. And I also recommend it for actors. If you're an actor watching this, take a look at Hard Truths. Not only does it really shine a spotlight on amazing acting, but also on how you as an actor can write amazing parts for yourself. So as always, I'm going to go ahead and link down in the description where you can watch Hard Truths. It is on a streaming service called Shortverse, so I'll go ahead and link that down in the description right below this video. But anyway, guys, that is all I have time for you here today. Remember, as always, if you like this content and you want to see even more videos on independent filmmaking, go ahead and drop a like, subscribe, turn that bell on for notifications. You know the routine. And if you yourself are an independent filmmaker and you'd like me to talk about your movie right here on the Indie Spotlight, I'd love to talk about your film. Go down into the comments, tell me what's the name of your movie, where can I watch it at. I'll add that to the watch list and we'll talk about it here in a future video. But on a different note, a little bit of a self-promotion, self-plug. Like I said, if you know me, you know that I'm gearing up to make In the Hands of Fate, my debut feature-length gangster movie, and I want to talk about how we are now raising money on Indiegogo to help with the production of the film. We're going to be starting shooting here in just a couple short weeks, and so all the help that we can get would be greatly appreciated. So I'm also going to link down in the description below the link to the Indiegogo. Whether you can contribute as little as $5, every bit goes a long way. Or if you can't contribute much or anything at all, that's okay. If you can share it with your friends and family, anybody who might be interested. Let's support local filmmaking here in Northeast Ohio. I need your guys' help, so please go ahead and if you can contribute. If not, I appreciate anything that can be done to help. Sharing it is huge. I want more people to be exposed to this. Anyway, that's all for my little self-promotion, self-plug. Remember, check out Hard Truths on Shortverse. That's also linked in the description. And anyway, guys, until next time, that's a wrap.